Hi guys and girls, and welcome to another episode of Kook Shed, my own little YouTube channel where I share tips and ideas to do with surfing and bodyboarding, and I throw in a couple of reviews as well that I think might be helpful. Today we're going to continue talking about wetsuit zippers. Now, I've done another video sharing an idea on how to fix zippers that won't work anymore on your wetsuit or your board bag or any other sort of zip associated with the salt water and the elements. So hopefully you found that helpful. But this video is also about how to keep those zippers working and doing their job. So the last video sort of was about how to free up those zippers and get them working again. And this one is about maintaining the zippers, and I've tried it and it works really well. So once you've freed up a zipper that wasn't working, it was clogged because of the salt water, you might not have rinsed it properly, it might have been like a board bag gets a lot of salt on it from the boards inside and wetsuits and things, and sometimes they just jam up and start corroding and they just stop working. So the first video helped get them working again, but this one is about getting them to stop corroding and jamming up again. So what happened was these. I've got a rip curl. I've done a review on this very wetsuit actually, a rip curl Dawn Patrol. I've got one in 3.2mm and a 4.3 as well. Now both of those Dawn Patrols have these zippers with the really little teeth. I'm not a fan of these zippers, okay, and it's happened a few times where these Rip Curl Dawn Patrol zippers get stuck. They'll just clog up, and I've freed them up using the method in my other video, and then they've jammed up again. And I rinse my wetsuits with fresh water after each use. Maybe I'm not rinsing them properly or something, and I try and get the water right in on the zips and everything, but if you leave them for a season and you're not using them, they can jam up again. I think it's a design fault with these zippers. I don't think they should be used in wetsuits. I think there's better quality zippers available. I think they're sort of trying to cut costs on their base models. I've noticed this with Quicksilver wetsuits too. Some of the Quicksilver, the cheaper ones, I think the Synchro model, they've got the really small zipper teeth. So I am going to avoid these type of zippers again. I don't think I'll buy another Rip Curl Dawn Patrol zippered wetsuit based on that fact. I just like chunkier teeth zips, because they tend to not get clogged up and jam as much. So I might go a larger tooth, even a plastic zipper with a metal slider. They seem to work better and not have as many issues. But I've got these wetsuits, the rest of it's working fine, so I'm going to maintain it and keep it working as well as possible. So I've discussed in the other video about I bought a board off a guy and he recommended the method to free up these zippers, and we did a test run and I did a video and it worked really well. But he also mentioned putting wax on the zippers, and I wasn't sure if that would work really well. Like, I just thought of surfboard wax. So I just was a bit reluctant to do it. I thought maybe I'll do a video on using an older wetsuit or something and try surfboard wax. But I looked into it. Actually, someone commented, thanks for your comment, someone commented on that zipper video about diving wetsuit wax. There's wax that people put on their diving wetsuits, on their zippers, to keep the zippers working. So I did a little bit of research and had a little bit of a look around, and it turns out basically this wax that they put on the zippers, the divers, they use wax that's pretty much beeswax, right? Natural beeswax. So I actually had some beeswax already. You can get some online. You can get it maybe at a hardware store or a craft store. It's very handy stuff. So you can sort of find it in little specialty shops and that. But yeah, you can get it online. You can get it on eBay. Just a chunk of beeswax, natural beeswax. So what I did, I got the beeswax, and I pretty much, I don't know if you can actually see it, but I've actually carved some out of that beeswax while using the zip. So I make sure the zip is working. I make sure it's clean. Like I rinse the wetsuit properly and make sure the zip is working. I use the freeing up method that I've done a video on before. Made sure it was all working, and then got this out. So all I do is just grind it along the teeth, all the way along. You just get right in them, and it doesn't matter if you get chunks in the gaps between the teeth, because they'll sort of be pushed around and moved around by the mechanism as it slides along it. So I've done this, and both sides, do both sides, don't be afraid to use a fair bit of it. Get right in there, put it on that first initial large tooth that slides into the zipper. As much as you can, quite liberally, put it all the way along, and it worked. It's helped my zippers stay unclogged. It must be the natural oils or the natural things in the beeswax that prevents salt water building up, like salt and corrosion building up on the teeth, and it actually protects it. It protects these the teeth on your wetsuit, especially these cheaper small tooth metal zips. So I highly recommend going out and getting some beeswax and keeping a block with all your surf gear, and every now and then, maybe once a season, do all your zips with it, whether they're not working or working. Get them covered in this beeswax, and it'll help them last much longer and prevent them blocking up again. You can do this with your board bags, your backpacks that you might take to the beach, any zipper that's being exposed to the salt water or the elements that's at risk of not working, or getting clogged from corrosion and whatnot. So that's my tip. Get some. You can get them in different. This is actually a really good shape, the stick, because I can apply it really easy. But you can get them in chunks, blocks, whatever. Yeah, grab yourself one, keep it handy, and just pardon me, every now and then give your zips a coat with natural beeswax, and it will just stop them blocking up again. So that's my tip for today. If you found it helpful, hit like. If you want to hear more sort of surf and bodyboard related tips and ideas and reviews, hit subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you here next time on Kook Shed. Catch ya.